Okay? It wasn't like, you know, the cops broke George Floyd's arm. They killed him. So there's nothing you're going to say that George Floyd done unless he killed or raped a kid or something that's going to justify the cops killing him. Plus that the cops didn't know his rap sheet at that point. The guy was just kneeling on his neck because he's a no good piece of trash. He's a no good piece of trash. Okay, that's the reason that he was kneeling on George Floyd's neck. It's not because of George Floyd's rap sheet. So every time I see somebody bring that up, I feel like punching them right in the mouth. I swear I feel like punching them right in the mouth and saying, shut the up. I'm not going to do that, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, that's not cool to just hit someone because they mention that. It's just so annoying. You know what I mean? Because this guy was murdered. He didn't get, you know, just roughed up by the cops, and you'd be like, well, he deserved it because he's, you know, he robbed, you know, cats and zeros back in '89. No, he was murdered by the police. Okay, I got murder. You know what I'm saying? I got murder. I got a murder over here. You got to give me something that matches murder for me to be like, oh, okay. All right. Well, yep. Don't tell me, no, he robbed this or stole something from that place or, you know, made a forged a check or he made a counterfeit $20 bill. He was murdered, man. None of that stuff doesn't equal up to murder. You gotta tell me something worse than that. So I got a lot of, and then I got someone who defended the person who was posting all this stuff about George Floyd. Well, he ain't. No, he's not a racist. He's just, stop making excuses for people who are saying racist shit. If you're not a racist, stop saying racist shit then. Don't tell me about George Floyd's background if you're not a racist, meaning he deserved to be murdered by the cops because he, stole us a hoagie sandwich from the deli. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. The guy's dead now. He's not in jail. You know, nobody would say anything if they just apprehended him and took him to jail. That video wouldn't have been talked about much. If someone just videotaped him being handcuffed and the cop got off of his neck and they just took him to jail and he was fine physically. But since the guy died, don't tell me about his rap sheet anymore. I don't want to hear it. In other news, entertainment news now, we'll skip on over to a little bit of entertainment as much as we can gather. And that is, the first thing is that the today's NASCAR race is going to be held in Talladega. I think it's called Super Speedway. Talladega, Alabama. I think it is. I don't want to be saying something that's wrong, but I do believe Talladega is in Alabama. In any case, the NASCAR race today is going to be the first race since the pandemic shutdown. And NASCAR has had 5-6 races already since they've been back to racing, and all of the races that they've had have been without fans. I don't think any other major sports leagues have started back up besides NASCAR and MMA, UFC fighting. They've had some events. The WWF has had some events too, but that's more entertainment than a sports league. It's like stuntmen and actors who are physically, beating each other up, but it's more of a show than, actual wrestling matches. But NASCAR, they ban the Confederate flag at their events. You're not allowed to display a Confederate flag, fly a Confederate flag, wear clothes that are dominated by the Confederate flag. So I don't know if you're allowed to have a little Confederate flag, a small one, a little tiny one, but you're not allowed to wear clothes. And I don't know about tattoos, if they're going to say anything to you. I'm pretty sure some of these guys now are trying to be smarter, are going to get huge tattoos of Confederate flags on them and go to a NASCAR event and then take off their shirts in the middle of it just to see if they can get away with it. Defiant jackasses. But I wouldn't do that. I mean, I can't tell any of these guys what to do because they're going to do what they want to do. I'm just saying I wouldn't do that because you got to buy tickets to the NASCAR event. They're not going to give you your money back if they throw you out of the event. You know what I'm saying? You don't get your money back unless you don't get to attend the event, and that's not your fault. If you get in the event and violate the rules, then you don't get no money back. So I don't know. I don't think I'd try to get away with displaying the Confederate flag just to be cute. Okay, just to be like, I do what I want. Okay, I love the Confederate flag, and I'll do what I want. Nah, I wouldn't do that. But I'm pretty sure that some of these hillbillies and jackasses will do exactly that. You wait and watch SportsCenter, and you'll see some jackass getting thrown out. Now, the NASCAR event that's going off today, probably right now as we speak, in Talladega, will probably, it's only going to have 5,000 fans. They're only letting 5,000. I don't know how many seats they have because the track is pretty big. And the seats, I don't remember Talladega, their seating arrangement, but they also let people in the infield in campers. So you can watch the race from the infield, but you got to be pretty high up. And a lot of people put chairs on top of their campers and they sit up there and watch the cars go around. But they're letting in 5,000 fans into the stands. So that venue seats, I'm pretty sure it seats, I don't want to say, but I think it seats 100,000 people. So they're only letting 5,000 in, so they can easily social distance with that seating arrangement if they want to. They don't, of course, probably going to sit next to the person you came with. If you brought your wife or girlfriend, husband, boyfriend, or kid or something to the event, you probably sit with them. But you're not going to want to sit near anyone else, wearing a mask or not. You can space out, man. Do so, man. I enjoy that. If I was one of the people they let in there, I'd go sit by myself and watch the race. You know what I'm saying? Don't have to be bothered with people making noise, spilling beer, being obnoxious, putting their feet on the back of your seat or bumping into your head when they walk by and from behind. All that stuff has happened to me at sporting events. People bumping into me or spilling stuff on me, popcorn or something like that. But anyway, we'll see how this turns out. NASCAR banned the Confederate flag, but today's the first race that they're going to have fans, and I'm guarantee you somebody's going to bring a Confederate flag. This is how, our society works. You make a rule against something and someone does it just because that person is a dick face. They're going to violate the rule just to see what happens. And then they're going to complain about it. Like, what's the big problem, man? I've had this tattoo on my back for years with the Confederate flag. No, you didn't. It's a fresh. You know it. You just wasted $300 on getting something just so you can break a rule and get thrown out of a race. But anyway, we're going to see how that goes. Also in the entertainment news, the comedian D.L. Hughley has tested positive for coronavirus. Even though he collapsed at doing some stand-up. He collapsed. And later he said he was feeling fine and didn't have any symptoms. I'm thinking, wait a minute, you collapsed. How is it that you're feeling fine? You're not feeling fine. You collapsed. If you collapse, that's not fine. Okay? Collapsing when you're meaning to stand up. When you're trying to stand up, remain standing, and you fall down due to, something going on inside of your body, that's not feeling fine. So D.L. Hughley has coronavirus. A lot of athletes are contracting coronavirus. That is weird to me. A lot of the Dallas Cowboys, unfortunately, the Cowboys have a lot of people who have tested positive for COVID-19. Houston Texans, a lot of players testing positive, and also the Houston Astros. So the coronavirus is doing its bidding in Texas. I don't know what's going on in Texas, but if they're all down there making out or whatever, but the coronavirus is wreaking havoc in Texas. I don't know where D.L. Hughley was. Hopefully not in Texas. I hate to say this, but y'all stay out of Texas for the next couple of months because coronavirus is long and strong in Texas right now. So the coronavirus is going to explode. Again, we just delayed that by having the stay-at-home orders, but now people are having to come out because of the economy. They have to get out, and they still don't have a vaccine. So y'all can expect to see corona on the bona explosion all over the world, but mostly just here in the U.S. We're the hot spot here in the U.S. So those of you who have not gotten the corona, you better find a way to get it. Get over it before they find out you have it at work and they kick you out of there. Then you'll be broke with no $600 to your benefits anymore. That's going to end in July. It's what's been reported. Your unemployment benefits, if those of you who are on unemployment, if you're going to sign up for it, that $600 extra every week that people have been getting is about to run out. So if you haven't gotten corona yet, you might as well get it over with, get it out the way, become immune to it because they still don't have a vaccine for it. And D.L. Hughley has got it now, but he's rich, I think, pretty sure. His career hasn't gone as well as the rest of those guys who were on the Kings of Comedy tour back when they had that. Cedric the Entertainer, Steve Harvey, and Bernie Mac. Bernie Mac, who has passed away a few years ago. He was in a lot of movies. Was in Ocean's 11, 12, and 13, and A lot of other movies as well. Had his TV